Have you ever noticed how often life's difficulties catch us off guard, wishing we had been better prepared? What if I told you that there is a way not only to anticipate these challenges, but also to meet them with a calm and prepared mind? Today, we dive deep into a profound Stoic practice, Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils, a technique that may seem sinister, but believe me, it is about to become your mental armor against the unpredictability of life. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand this intriguing concept, but you'll also know how to harness its power to bring peace of mind to your daily life. So, if you're ready to transform the way you view adversity, keep watching. When we hear premeditation of evils, we may conjure up images of pessimism or defeat. But what if I were to tell you that the opposite is true? Born from the Stoic philosophers of ancient Greece and Rome, Premeditatio Malorum is not about dwelling on the negative. It's about empowerment and preparedness. Imagine yourself in toga, so to speak, walking the bustling streets of ancient Athens. Here, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. And part of that life is preparing for the future, not just hoping for the best, but also preparing for the worst. In today's fast-paced world, this practice is more relevant than ever. It's not about being depressing, it's about being realistic. And who among us hasn't faced a sudden twist of fate? A job loss, a health problem, a global pandemic. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are pleasant. But how does one practice Premeditatio Malorum without falling into despair? How can you visualize difficulty as a source of peace? These are the questions we will answer today, and I promise you, by the end of this, you will see adversity through a whole new lens. Let's embark on this journey together. Let's learn to be as resilient as the Stoics of old, ready for whatever life throws at us. Now let me share with you a story, a slice of life that I think many of you can relate to. A couple of years ago, I found myself in a situation that tested my limits. I was facing what seemed like an insurmountable situation. Challenge at work. One that threatened not only my career but also my sense of identity. I remember sitting down one night, closing my eyes and imagining the worst that could happen. I lost my job, my reputation, and struggled to find new opportunities. It was a dark place to visit mentally, but it was also a turning point, because when I opened my eyes, I felt lighter. Not because the fear had disappeared, but because I had faced it. And in facing it, I had begun to formulate a plan. If the worst happened, I wouldn't be caught off guard. I would be ready to get up and move on. Have you ever experienced a moment like that? A moment when you realized that by facing your fears, you could diminish their power over you. That's Premeditatio Malorum in action. And you know what? The worst didn't happen. But I was no longer operating out of fear. I was operating out of preparation, and that made all the difference. This ancient practice gave me a modern shield, and it can do the same for you. Stay with me as we delve deeper into how you can practice Premeditatio Malorum in your life, and believe me, it's simpler than you think. Practicing Premeditatio Malorum may seem daunting, but it's a habit that can be developed over time. Let's break it down into practical steps that you can start today. Step 1. Define the fear. First, identify a concern or fear you have about the future. It could be related to your personal life, your career, anything that has weight on your mind. Step 2. Visualize the worst-case scenario. Next, visualize in detail what would happen if this fear came true. Go deeper. What are the consequences? How would it affect you? What would the consequences be? This step is not about scaring yourself. It's about clarity. Step 3. Accept and plan. Then accept that this outcome is a possibility. Not a certainty, but a possibility. And then start planning. What could you do to avoid it? If it happens, how might you respond? Who would you ask for help? What resources could you tap into? Step 4. Reflect on past experiences. Remember how you have overcome challenges before. Recall your resilience. Consider what you learned from those experiences that could be applied to this potential challenge. Step 5. Practice regularly. Make this a regular practice. Start with smaller concerns if the bigger ones feel too overwhelming. Over time, you will develop mental strength and a proactive mindset. Remember, this exercise is not about losing hope, but about empowering yourself to face any situation with courage and composure. It's about preparing for the storm while still sailing into the sun. Now let's talk about the why. Why should you incorporate this Stoic practice into your routine? What are the tangible benefits of premeditating possible adversities? Benefit 1. Reduced anxiety. First of all, it may seem contradictory, but Premeditatio Malorum can actually reduce anxiety. By considering worst-case scenarios in advance, you eliminate the unknown. Fear often arises from not knowing what will happen, but if you've already gone through the possibilities, the unknown becomes known. Benefit 2. Improved decision-making. Secondly, this practice sharpens your decision-making. When you've already considered the outcomes and your responses, you can make decisions from a place of preparedness rather than panic. It's like a chess player thinking several moves ahead. Benefit 3. Emotional resilience. Third, it builds emotional resilience. Facing potential negative outcomes in your mind helps you to confront and manage your emotions. Over time, you'll find that you're not as easily shaken by life's ups and downs. Benefit 4. Practical preparedness. And finally, Premeditatio Malorum encourages practical preparedness. It's not just about thinking, it's about doing. By planning for the worst, you'll take steps to mitigate risks, and even if the worst never comes, you'll be in a better position for having prepared. Imagine going through life with a sense of inner calm, knowing that whatever happens, you've mentally equipped yourself to handle it. That's what Premeditatio Malorum offers, a serene mind in a world that is often anything but serene. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever practiced this without even realizing it? Have you ever faced a situation better because you had considered the worst before it happened? As we come to the end of our journey today, let's take a moment to reflect. We've uncovered the Stoic practice of Premeditatio Malorum, a tool that can transform our apprehensions into a source of strength. We've walked through the steps of how to practice it and discussed the profound benefits it can bring into our lives. Remember, it's not about dwelling on the dark side of life, but about lighting a torch to guide us through it. By expecting the unexpected, we become undaunted navigators of our own destiny. And if you're sitting there watching this, thinking about a challenge you're facing, know that you have the power to meet it head-on. The wisdom of the Stoics is as relevant now as it was thousands of years ago. It's timeless and it's yours to wield. So take a moment today to ponder the obstacles you fear, engage with them, plan for them, and grow your inner fortress of calm and confidence. Before you go, if this message resonated with you, I invite you to like this video, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and subscribe to Pure Stoicism for more insights into living with clarity and resilience. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on any future discussions. We have a lot more to explore together, and I can't wait to dive deeper with all of you. May you walk confidently toward your challenges, armed with the wisdom of the past and the brightness of hope for the future. Until next time, embrace the strength within you and keep seeking the serenity amidst the storm.